Hi everyone, my name is Damien Chambers and I'm the CEO of NewGen Families. Today I'm actually going to talk about the 5 most important services required to complete a surrogacy journey. These events can be extremely overwhelming, and so what I've tried to do is to break this down so the takeout from this meeting will be, okay, now I need to know what to do to complete my surrogacy journey, or at least get started, okay? Why are we different? Why is NewGen Families different? As an entrepreneur, and our main backers are entrepreneurs as well, gay dads through surrogacy. Our main backers are actually gay dads that have and own one of the largest tech companies in the Southern Hemisphere. So we do things a little bit differently. We've entered the space a few years ago. And what we've identified is that the biggest problem in America right now is recruiting surrogates. So that's been our focus. Basically, who are we? We're an agency, a surrogacy agency based in Las Vegas. I'm a father through surrogacy. My son is 4 years old, and I've been working in this space for about the last 5 years. All of our investors and everybody that works for the company does have some type of relationship with the industry. We don't have any social workers or anything like that. Everybody has been affected by infertility or their gay dads through surrogacy, and we find that really important because to connect with you guys, it's nice to work with people that have actually sat where you've sat and gone through the journey themselves. These are the points of difference. So what are our USPs? Our USPs is, at the moment, and this is what I was saying before the technical issues, is that it's our job to try and match you as quickly as possible with a surrogate. We want your journey to just go from the beginning to the end with no wait. And that's what we've really focused on as a company, is making sure that we've got a really steady pool of surrogates so that by the time that you've got your beautiful PGTA-tested embryos at the clinic, boom, we can make an appointment with the surrogate director of the company, and she can start the process of getting to know you and then know what your perfect surrogate is. So there's no waiting list. We don't have a waiting list right now. We have a 100% success rate in matching all of our intended parents with our surrogates within 3 months. It's actually 8 weeks, but we quote, just give us 3 months, okay? And also with our case managers, we like to only just have them work with about 25 cases maximum any given time. They are working with a little bit at the moment, and we're doing some recruitment, but that is to try and make sure that you get really personalized service. So what are the 5 most important key services of a surrogacy journey? The first one is the agency. And we really sit in the middle, because what we're going to do is we're going to obviously provide you with the surrogate, but we're working and we're connecting you with the rest of the people in the equation. And those people are your IVF clinic, of course, hopefully that are connected with an egg donor bank, and then all of your lawyers and attorneys. Now that's for your gestational carry agreement. It can even be for our agency retainer agreement as well. This is all for your pre-birth orders and your post-birth orders. And depending on which country that you live in, obviously for that exit process, what is required to make your children or your babies come home as easily as possible. And they'll work with your local attorney in your home country and also our American attorneys. Treuhand, which is escrow, financial management. That is another one. And we also go above and beyond for our European clients. We work with 3 really highly regarded Forex companies. So it's really important for you guys to start thinking about this now. Money. Money is everything on this journey. It's a very expensive journey. If you can align yourself now with some Forex companies so that you're already ahead of the game and you can purchase your USD, we've just suffered, obviously, it's been really horrible in the last year. I think the British pound was at its lowest in like 40 years a few months ago. So that is really something for you to bookmark now. It's not our responsibility, but we do connect you with a few different Forex companies. And what they do is they're going to monitor the market for you and go, right, if you need 50,000, buy it now because the exchange rate is really good. And then obviously insurance. You would have seen here today Virginia and the team from Art Risk. We work exclusively with them at the moment, and we have a personal case manager assigned to NewGen Families because we have so many surrogates going through the program and so many intended parents. So they're your 5 key services. Number 3 and number 4, lawyers and escrow generally go hand in hand, and insurance, we're going to do that for you. So what I want you to walk away with today is that feeling of going, you know what? All I have to do to build my team is find an agency, a clinic, and an attorney. That's all I want you to take because it's so overwhelming, okay? So next. So yeah, as the agency. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically connect you. When we have a consultation, we can connect you with all of the providers that we work with, okay? We're going to connect you with the clinics. We work with a lot of the clinics that are here today: San Diego Fertility Center, LARC, IRSC. We work with a lot of them. And once again, it's just up to you. Budget generally comes into this. And what we know is we know what all the packages are. What you're wanting to achieve is same-sex couples or single men is, the aim is to just we encourage PGTA tested embryos because our surrogates want to work with intended parents that have PGA tested embryos. It's not a deal breaker. We have plenty of people that don't do that. A lot of heterosexual couples don't do that as well. So once we've connected you with the clinics, we want you to then come back to us when you've chosen your clinic, matching you with a surrogate. That's what we do. That's at the essence of what we do. We aren't an agency unless we've got surrogates, and so our focus really is on recruiting as many surrogates as we can. So the clinic. We encourage you to work with clinics that have egg donor banks. Why? Because we've seen some hybrid programs go a little awry. It's not a given, but we work with a lot of the clinics that actually have egg donor banks associated with them. So what you're going to do is you're going to be creating your embryos with them. Yep, that's all right. Okay, so once again, I spoke about the legal process, very important here. And what we want you to do, we work with two of the main lawyers and attorney firms in America. They're both here today. IFLG, which is Molly and Rich, you've probably spoken to them, and also Brian Klein from Klein Fertility Law. Once again, the difference with this is just budget. You know, you guys have got to do your due diligence. I would meet all of the clinics that you can as possible, meet all of the lawyers, and then put your packet together. We don't package anything ourselves up, but everything is about price. It's all about price. So, and there can be a difference with some of the clinics that we work with, $20,000 for exactly the same service. What you're going to get at the end are PGTA tested embryos. It's just how much do you want to spend on that? Yeah, once again, the financial services, as I said, we work with many Forex companies, and to change that, to change money, it's a very, very important thing. Also, yeah, and the trust accounts. So in America, with Treuhand and with escrow accounts, legally, all of your money has to be placed into escrow, okay? Any costs associated and attributed with the surrogate need to be placed in an escrow account. We go one step further. We also add a separate account for yourselves. My personal experience was, I was living in Australia. I was really, really busy at the time that I was doing my journey. I had to purchase USD. I had to pay my attorney. I had to pay my agent. I had to pay the clinic. There were so many things going on, and it was a little bit complicated for me. So one thing that we do offer with the escrow company that you're working with, we ask the providers that we're working with if our intended parents can just place all of their money into an escrow, one for the surrogate and then one for yourselves, so that then we'll take our agency fee from that. The clinic will take the agency fee from that. So you're really only just transferring your money once into one place. Once again, it's up to you. You guys need to make that decision. But what we're trying to do, what I've tried to do with NewGen Families is draw from my personal experience, the things that I thought that could have been improved on in my personal experience, and then apply that to a journey for our intended parents. Okay, so insurance. This is a really complicated topic. I'm not sure if you guys have been versed on insurance in America. I've moved to America. I'm living there now for a couple of years, and it's very, very complicated. So that's why we use a company like Art Risk. They're the experts, and what happens is once you've signed on with us, we will then organize a meeting with them. We have a case manager that works. You're going to be talking about surrogate insurance. That is really, really important. Life insurance, newborn insurance, especially for Germans. The great thing about Germany is, I'm not sure how many of you are Privatversichert if you're living in Germany, but it is a very good thing because you can save money. We're working with about 20 plus German clients at the moment, and I would say 90% of them are Privatversichert. And that means that you can use your insurance policy in Germany, and that will cover your baby in America for the newborn costs. But the newborn insurance is, once again, it's a really lengthy conversation that you need to have with Art Risk. Now, I just want to go back to the surrogacy insurance. So just, have I got time? Yep, great, I've got 6 minutes. open enrollment. There's a window of approximately 2 months that we can insure your surrogate. Now, many people today have come up to me and asked me about if a surrogate comes into the journey with surrogate-friendly insurance. Unfortunately, that was a thing a few years ago, but our surrogates in the last sort of 4 or 5 years have become quite savvy. They're in the Facebook groups and they're talking to one another. And having their own insurance policy that is surrogate-friendly, not many of them come into the process with surrogate-friendly insurance. But what we've seen is a shift that these women are now asking for more of a base compensation. So it's really evening out and leveling out. So gone are the days where if a surrogate came into, and this is not for all cases, some surrogates don't ask for more, but mostly a surrogate coming in with their own surrogate-friendly insurance is going to ask for maybe $10,000 or $15,000 more for her base compensation because she realizes that's a currency and that's worth something. So in 2022, last year, the average price that an intended parent paid or intended parents paid for surrogacy-friendly insurance for their surrogates was $17,000. So part of our pricing that we allocate in our overall price $17,000 for the insurance for the surrogate. Once again, the private insurance for the Germans is very, very helpful. Okay, questions, guys. I've got a few minutes. Yes, I have 3 minutes. Questions, don't be shy. So we don't actually, as the agency, we sit in the middle and our role is to take you on the journey from beginning to end and we provide you with the surrogate. We're going to match you or we're going to connect you and do introductions to 3 clinics after we've had a consultation based on what your budget is or based on just getting the feeling and getting to know you. I'll then make the decision and say, okay, well, I think I'll introduce you to these 3 clinics. We only refer to clinics that have egg donor banks. So they're not NewGen families. We don't have egg donors, but all of the clinics that we work with are associated with an egg donor bank. And ranging from, so we work with Utah and Nevada Fertility Center, and they sit at a reasonable price. And then you'll sort of work your way up with the other providers that we work with. And San Diego Fertility Center being, sort of quite the high end. Yes, hi. Yes, really good question. Between $12,000 and $20,000. So if you're private insured in Germany, yeah. So newborn insurance policies can be from $12,000 to $20,000. Yep. Questions, guys? Don't be shy. No? And also what we can do is, if you want us to sort of packet everything up for you based on price, we can do that. So we have sort of a lower, and I'd say 85% of our clients choose to work with the clinic that is a little bit more cheaper and choose to work with the attorney that is a little cheaper. Because for me, I'm always thinking a stroller costs something. The costs that you have when you have a newborn, everything is money, money, money. So if you are of that, if you want to save some money, we can definitely package something up for you and with all of the clinics and the lawyers that we work with. So, yep. Great. All right, guys. Come and see me if you've got time, and I'd love to get your email addresses and just send you all of the information, okay? Or just send me an email. And thank you very much, guys. Good luck on your journey.